Good morning. This is Bobby Dupre with the Bobby Dupre Show, presented to you each Thursday morning at 7 a.m. Many of you are watching it on your local television station, local
Rabbit ears.
Rabbit ears. If you're in the local area of Opelousas, most of you are watching it on cable systems throughout Acadiana. And of course, many of you for the last 35 years have listened to the Bobby Dupre Show on KSLO 1230 AM on your dial. And then now they have a sister company, 105.3 out of Simmsport, Louisiana, which is all part of the Delta Media Company out of Carencro, Louisiana. And of course, a few years ago, I don't know, maybe 5 years ago, 6 years ago, the Bobby Dupre Show and other productions of our station are now on the internet.
Streaming at KDCG.com.
And streaming, I might add, which is kind of a big word.
I saw that the NFL, the NFL always follows us.
Yeah.
They're going to stream the Super Bowl for the first time. I said, well, Bobby Dupre streamed for 5 years. It's by the time the NFL catches up. I wonder if we can get a $40 billion TV contract they got? I wonder if we can get one of those.
I doubt if we do.
You don't think they pay that for the show?
We commented, we used to make a statement that we were the first, as far as we knew in the world, that was doing streaming programming. And nobody's ever called us down on that statement.
And simulcast, radio, TV, internet, all at the same time. Not many people doing that at all.
Pretty good. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Matt. Our programmer that usually is our programmer. No, he'd be our...
is that producer? Is that
Producer. He's the director. Matt LeBlanc is the director.
He's the director.
And he's having to be the producer today. Mark is out visiting his relatives, friends over in back home. What state is he from?
Iowa.
Oh yeah, big state. Iowa's where they're going to have the GOP.
Oh yeah, one of the early primaries is
January the 3rd. Yeah. I mean, that's like tomorrow.
Mark might be going back to vote.
Maybe that's why he went over there, so he could vote.
Like me.
Forgot to ask him about that. I know you're watching, Mark. Call us up one day. Let us know if you went over there to do some absentee voting.
Merry Christmas to our Iowa viewers.
Yeah, and of course, we want to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, holiday season. May it be happy and holy. Is how I like to close, sign my name on cards and all, happy and holy. And you all have been very good to us here at the station and my other related businesses. I want to thank all of you for supporting us throughout the year of 2011. Things are good in our community here. I saw where the unemployment rate in Lafayette Parish is down to 4.9%.
Wow.
I mean, that almost means that there's hardly anybody that has some type of a trade or knowledge of a particular business can't find a job right now. The papers are just loaded with want ads for employees right now. And that's good because many of all of Acadiana go to Lafayette for work. You watch I-49 as an example.
It's pretty busy.
It's busy, going in the morning and then coming back in the afternoon, which is good. A little bedroom community, you might call our area, basically. And we want to thank all the businesses in Lafayette for providing so many good paying jobs, good benefits. The oil industry is more upbeat in the last 30 days than they have been ever since the Gulf spill back in April of 2010.
Did you see the U.S. is liable to be a net exporter of oil this year? You know, we've always imported most of our oil, and this year we're liable to be a net exporter.
In November, we exported, is what I was told. And it's good news. And they did lease some land. I saw where Chris John had some favorable comments about the leasing of the Gulf leases took place that hadn't taken place in probably 18 months. Right. They had wished that more bidders had shown up, but there was a lot of money that was put on the table for the U.S. government, and I think maybe Louisiana might get a little taste
now we get
of
a percentage.
It, a little percentage.
They pushed for that. Senator Landrieu and Senator Vitter had gotten together to push for it. So sometimes those two parties get together.
Yeah, it's not often enough in my estimation, and I think the whole United States, the people are trying to get them to work for the people. They're elected by the people, and it's supposedly for the people, but it's Republican or Democrat, and they don't like to get together in the middle. Occasionally they do, and that was a good point. They did do that on this particular issue. Yep. And that's good news for not just Louisiana, but all of the states that border the Gulf waters.
Let me sneak some sponsors in here. Benny's Supermarket, if you're looking for groceries right now, you know, with the holidays, you're cooking, you're doing things, and maybe you're not just cooking. Maybe you got some relatives that are in town and they want to take some good home-style meats and sausage and that type of thing back home with them. Go by Mr. Benny's Supermarket right here in the center of Opelousas. They got all the stuff that you want. They'll be serving a traditional Christmas Eve meal. You know, we talk about the home-style deli there and cafe that's open 7 days a week. If you go on Christmas Eve, they're going to be closed on Christmas Day. But Christmas Eve, you can go and still get a nice meal with pork loin, a turkey, and all the trimmings. Go by. They've also got the imported beer department in the back right-hand corner. You can get all kind of great Christmas beers, pumpkin beer, and some with some cinnamon and all kind of good stuff like that. You can get the wine selection. Miss Mary's gift shop is there as well. And of course, the first of the year is coming, which you wanted to work out and all that. You go get you some nutritional supplements with Benny's, Little Benny's Sports Shack. Next sponsor, Carl's Thrifty Way. If you're looking for those last-minute gifts, I walked in Carl's last Saturday picking up some last-minute gifts myself for Christmas. You know, right at the last minute, you know, somebody's coming into town. Ooh, I don't know what to get. Run by Carl's. They got all kind of great home decorating ideas.
Pretty wrapping also.
And just
wrapping.
Unusual things, stuff that you don't see anywhere else. Beautiful stuff, even down to little furniture and containers. Go by Carl's at the great candles and the Lamberger-styled liquid that smells good for your house.
Discounts up to 50%.
That's right, because they're trying to clear out the Christmas stock. So go by Carl's Thrift Way, and don't forget about them for medicine, over-the-counter, and prescription.
Get one more, then we're going to talk about something that occurred recently.
Let's hit one more sponsor. Let's talk about, how about Steamboat Warehouse in Washington? Get Mama away from the smell of her own cooking. You know, with all the families are coming in, maybe Mama's got a lot to do with the gift wrapping and all the stuff she's got going on. You bring in the family, and why don't you just go out and get a bite to eat, to get away from the house for a little while. Go to Steamboat Warehouse. You know the whole family's want to try some of that good crawfish on the catfish, that seafood palmetto. They've got the steaks there. If somebody in the family doesn't like seafood, they got a great wine selection. The weather's perfect. You can sit out on the wharf and enjoy yourself with a nice Bloody Mary and a pickled zydeco in it. Go see chef owner Jason Hugay. Oh, and he's also having a party for the Super Bowl to let you know. Big party. He's going to have a 72-inch screen.
Oh, really?
And they're going to have a huge party. That's like a Monday night, I guess. Well, I'm saying Super Bowl. Almost like the Super Bowl. The game of the century, part 2, Alabama-LSU game, January the 9th.
Okay.
Big party. Go by the Steamboat.
When Jack Womack used to have the Steamboat, they used to do a Super Bowl party there every year. Something that occurred to a local person, and there were more than one involved in this incident, but the one that we know, you and I and Opelousas knows best, is a young man by the name of Ross Hebert. He's the son of the late Ray Hebert, who worked with our company and ran up the OPAC Financial Services office for years. And Ross's mother is Chris Hebert. And both well known here in town, and as well as Ross, I might add. Wow. And the situation took place outside in a parking lot in Lafayette, as I understand it, best we could get. And Ross is in critical condition, and we certainly need his prayers. We ask you to keep him in your prayers, and also keep his son Eaton and his girlfriend, wife, I'm not sure if they ever married, I know they spoke about it, Keisha.
Who's expecting now, so.
I heard that.
Another baby on the way,
that.
yes.
Oh, Lord.
So it's a tough time for the family.
It just keeps getting more complicated. Right. And he is at Lafayette General Hospital. The last time that I heard something, which was yesterday, and it's a bad situation. And really, really, let's all get together, and whatever they need, let's the community get together, because Ross was a good young man, and his mom and daddy were very active, helping other kids. Ray coached so many young people that I never realized how involved he was when he was a younger, when his sons were young, how involved he was in all the sports. Very involved in tennis. He coached a lot of youngsters in tennis. His late brother, who died many years ago, Reggie, was an excellent tennis player.
And Judge Hebert.
Judge Hebert, who was an uncle to Ross, Judge Hebert,
very good
still playing tennis on a regular basis. So
I went by OC just the other day, and I heard one of the teachers say, "Ethan, come here." And I said, "Are you Ethan Hebert?" He said, "Yes, sir, I am." I said, "Listen, me and your grandfather."
What is he, about 12 now? Would you?
Must be. I would say like
between 11 and 13.
Somewhere around 6th grade or junior high age is what it looked like to me. But just a very, polite young man, and just seeing his daddy grow up, it was heartwarming to me to see him. But
right.
Remember him in your prayers.
Okay.
And how about another? I'm gonna sneak another sponsor on you right now. Dixie Storage. Let me tell you, I saw those new S&S steel buildings they got coming up in Port Barre. Unbelievable how nice these buildings are that they're putting up. They're doing all sorts of storage. If you're a business looking for small storage, big storage, you need a whole warehouse, you need railroad spur access, you need loading docks, you need the forklifts, from the little bitty forklift that you and I used to see when we go in those wholesale type clubs that are little bitty, up to the ones that go up to the railroad car and literally lift the whole load off the side of the railroad car, stick it in the warehouse. They've got all that. They can do inventory control for you, Dixie Storage. Maybe your personal stuff. Right now it's Christmas time, mama's getting a new sofa. The old sofa's going to go off to college with the kids. Maybe you're going to send some stuff to the camp. They've got room to put it. They got climate control, well secured type buildings. And don't forget their sister company, A Plus Glass in Lafayette, and A Plus Glass here in Opelousas. They can help you out. Matter of fact, are they doing a little project that you and I know about right now? I think so. Maybe a little glass job here in Opelousas?
Oh yes.
Over on Main Street?
Yep, Sunrise.
At Sunrise Fast Cash here in Opelousas. They're going to change the whole face
across from Barney's
of the building. Had an older building with some old windows and some old wood doors. They're going to rip all that out, put all metal and glass doors.
They're doing it Wednesday as we speak.
Beautiful.
As we tape, the project is underway.
Dixie Storage. And KSLO will see you on the other side of 3.
And let's talk about football a little bit.
Oh, I heard about football.
What you think about my pretty shirt here?
Did you have a good time at the game?
Oh, we had a blast.
For the New Orleans Bowl.
Yep, the New Orleans R&L Carrier. And it's a strange thing. I hardly ever heard of or ever saw many R&L Carrier trucks on the road. Yesterday afternoon, Tuesday afternoon, we were returning. Megan and I were returning from Lafayette. We had gone to bring John and Coda each a crate of potatoes and visit. And along came a truck passing us up. We were in a slow lane on I-49, R&L Carriers.
Now that you know what to look for, you see them.
Yeah, now we're going to see them. And we tried to catch up, but we never could. They were in the fast lane. There was an accident ahead of us, what was holding us back. But anyhow, they are on the road. They do transportation by jet service, by marine service, boats. Must be a pretty large company.
Big operation.
Yeah, probably almost as big as Reggie Dupre's Dupre Logistics.
Oh, yeah? Very good.
Dupre Logistics is growing right now in Texas. They've got a lot of good things happening, and I'm sure those of you that work or are familiar with the Dupre Logistics, you know about those activities taking place, and it's all positive.
So you had a few red shirts at the game?
Well,
because when you talk about Reggie actually played on the last bowl game.
On the last bowl game.
Yeah,
they had some shirts made
for the team.
Yep, and they were the Bulldogs.
They were the Bulldogs.
You commented, you felt they were. They were the Bulldogs. And Reggie said that during his playing days, Coach Falkenberry started calling the team the Ragin' Cajuns.
Oh, it's a nickname that stuck.
That stuck, and the Bulldogs went away. But